You say you're afraid of failure, that you're scared to mess up, to fall short, to disappoint yourself and others. But what if I told you that's not the truth, not the real truth at least, because failure in itself is silent. It happens in the dark, it's easy to hide. You can fail 1,000 times and no one has to know. You can bury it, deny it, move past it without a trace. What you're really afraid of is being seen. Exposed, known. Being truly seen means standing in the light with all your flaws, all your fears, all your raw and imperfect humanity. It means letting the world witness who you actually are beneath the mask. And that kind of vulnerability, it's terrifying. From the time we're young, we're taught to perform, to be good, to succeed, not just in action, but in appearance. Society rewards polish, not truth. And so we begin to build walls, tiny, invisible defenses, until eventually we don't even know who's hiding behind them. Think of the myth of Narcissus. We remember the boy who fell in love with his reflection. But what we forget is why he loved that reflection in the first place. He loved it because it was safe. It didn't judge him. It didn't challenge him. It didn't see him. It only mirrored what he wanted to believe about himself. But Echo, the nymph who truly saw him, he rejected her, because to be seen was unbearable. This isn't just a story. It's a pattern we all live. We curate our identities like we curate our social media feeds. Flawless, filtered, approved by others, because the alternative, to show the messy, confused, insecure self, feels like death. Psychologist Carl Jung called it the shadow, the part of ourselves we suppress because we fear it's unacceptable. But here's the paradox. The more we deny it, the more it controls us. And we don't fear failure because it's painful. We fear failure because it might force us to confront the parts of ourselves we've tried so hard to keep hidden. Imagine standing on a stage not to perform but simply to be. No act, no pretense, just you. That's the true fear, that someone might look at you and see everything and worse, they might still not choose you. Take Franz Kafka. His work, bleak and absurd, was never meant to be seen by the world. He asked for his writings to be destroyed after his death, but they survived, and in them we saw a man who was terrified of exposure, yet yearned to be understood. His characters wander through systems they can't control, trapped in roles they didn't choose, much like us. We live in a world obsessed with validation. We measure our worth in likes, in metrics, in moments of approval. But true recognition, the kind that requires another person to truly understand your pain, your desires, your complexity, that's a kind of intimacy most people never experience. Because to be truly known is to be vulnerable, and to be vulnerable is to risk being hurt. Consider this. How often do you stop yourself from saying what you really feel, not because you're afraid of being wrong, but because you're afraid of being seen in your rawness? How often do you sabotage your own success, not because you fear the outcome, but because success means stepping into visibility, and visibility means scrutiny? There's a strange safety in mediocrity. In staying just below the radar, you can avoid judgment, you can avoid expectation, you can avoid being misunderstood, but you also avoid connection, growth, truth. In ancient Rome, victorious generals were paraded through the streets. But beside them, a slave would whisper in their ear, memento mori. Remember, you are mortal. This wasn't just to humble them. It was to remind them of their humanity, that even in glory you're still seen, not just as a hero, but as a flawed, breathing, temporary being. We crave success, but we fear the attention that comes with it, because attention is a double-edged sword. It shines light on what is beautiful and what is broken. Even love, the most sought after of human experiences, is often filtered through fear. We want to be loved, but we curate the version of ourselves we present, because what if someone sees the real you, the insecure, anxious, contradictory self, and walks away, but here's the deeper truth. The fear of being seen is not just about others, it's about you. It's about whether you can face who you really are, without the achievements, without the masks, without the roles you've performed your whole life. Can you sit with your emptiness and not try to fill it? Can you acknowledge your pain without justifying it? Can you meet your shadow backslash and not run? This is the courage most people will never taste. Not because they can't, but because they've been taught that being known is dangerous. But what if that's the only path to freedom? You say you're afraid of failure, but failure is private. The real terror is invisibility. In truth, in the possibility that someone will see your naked soul and turn away. But what if someone sees it and stays? What if, by revealing who you are, you give others permission to do the same? There's a line in Leonard Cohen's poetry that says, asterisk, there is a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in. Asterisk, maybe it's not about being flawless. Maybe it's about being asterisk, seen asterisk, cracks and all. The path to authenticity is littered with broken illusions, with shattered performances, with masks we no longer have the strength to wear, but beneath all that is you, the real you, not the you that needs to succeed. Not the you that fears failure, but the you that longs to be seen, to be known, to be accepted. And yes, it's terrifying, but it's also beautiful, because the moment you're willing to be seen, not as an ideal, but as a human, is the moment you become free. Not safe, not perfect, but free. So the next time you say you're afraid of failure, ask yourself, is it really the fall I fear, or is it the gaze of others when I rise, and they see who I truly am? Let yourself be seen. Even if your voice shakes, even if your hands tremble, even if it hurts, because that's where the real transformation begins. If this resonated with something deep in you, something you've never been able to say out loud, then this space is for you. You're not alone in feeling this way. You're not weak for fearing exposure. You're human, and that's enough. If you found meaning in this reflection, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more journeys into the soul, and share your thoughts in the comments. What are you most afraid others might see in you? Because sometimes the courage to speak your truth is what helps someone else find theirs.